Pretty Boy Detective Club Manga, Volume 1 Review. Have received an anime adaptation earlier in the year. Pretty Boy Detective Club is sure to be a name you come across once or twice. Vertigo has already been releasing the original light novels for this series, but now they also brought the manga onto the West. Does it prove an interesting read? Let's find out. Mayumi Dojima is a second year student at Yibiwa Private Academy, and she's on the hunt for the stars she saw as a child. We met Dojima on the day before her 40th birthday, which is a day our protagonist has been dreading for some time now. The star Dojima thought that she saw 10 years ago inspired her to become an astronaut, but now unable to find it again. She's been told by her parents to give up her dream should the star not reappear before her 40th birthday. This suggests that Dojima is about to give up on her search, that she's approached by Namano Satoin for the Pretty Boy Detective Club. Manabu asks Dojima if she'd like the club's help in finding the star she seeks, to which the protagonist agrees. After all, she is nothing to lose at this point. The club is made up of 5 members: Manabu, Hyota, Michiru, Nakahira, Sosaku. The group are the most popular boys of Mayumi School, apart from Manabu, who is actually from the nearby elementary school, and are known for being involved with a variety of crazy problems. Though the gym all seems a bit shady, especially with the rules of the club means to be part you must be 1. Pretty boy, 2. A boy, and 3. A detective. Before Dojima has much of a chance to rethink her decision to ask for the club's help, they whisk her away to the scene where she first saw the star. As eccentric as the members might be, Dojima is impressed by their earnest feelings and how willing they are to put an incredible amount of effort into finding the star. Slowly but surely, she begins to become friends with these boys. As previously mentioned, Pretty Boy Detective Club began as a light novel series written by Nishio Sin. This manga adaptation has been done by Suzuka Oda. You have to say that I think this is a better introduction to the series compared to the novels. This is partly because the visuals help you keep track of who all the characters are, but the story is also well suited to a more visual medium, as the anime proved. At the well, unlike Oda's start, which is busy, has a fin around quiet dialogue boxes whose showing of these attractive characters. There are some nice uses of 2-page threads in this release, and even outside of those. Each panel is always nicely detailed with plenty of keep your attention. However, the most interesting thing about the artwork is actually how different the character designs are. Compared to both the light novels and the anime, despite being in middle school, the cast all look like older teens. They're certainly better built and moderately more attractive than they were in either the light novels or the anime, which perhaps makes sense for a manga that ran into a shoujo magazine. It does take a while to get used to. If you're otherwise familiar with the series, but if this was your first time experience Pretty Boy Detective Club, then it certainly won't pose anything but problems. Volume 1 of Pretty Boy Detective Club comes to the West thanks to Vertical and has been translated by Winifred Bird, who also works on the original light novels. The translation reads well with no issues, and note that having the same current translator helps in keeping character voices consistent with the original novels. This book itself is an omnibus of the first 2 volumes of the Japanese release, which works well since they effectively cover the world of the first novel. The sad thing is that the series is complete in Japan in 12 volumes, which means we'll probably only see 1 or 2 more of the original stories in manga form. Vertical have Volume 2 of the series scheduled for release in October, with the 3rd and final English installment in November. Overall, you will get to experience Pretty Boy Detective Club in any form that this manga proves a perfectly adequate starting point. However, existing fans may find it distracting, given how different the cast look, and as fun as the initial story is in the medium. I'm not sure the series and the world is all that promising with so few volumes left cover the future content. A free preview of the manga can be found on Kodansha's website. Here, 9/10.